wanna be free when my people to prosper and hold it down. Don't you sit and wait, contemplating on a revolution. The time is now. I just wanna be free. 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 Can't you see? I just wanna be free.
Okay. Another episode of the Things I Wish I Knew About Money podcast. I'm your host, Kamille Smith, and golly Bob, y'all, I am hella late. Normally, when I say I'm going to postpone, I postpone a day or two, but there's a couple things that stopped me from being able to record earlier than I wanted. One was because I was trying to finish a project. I managed to finish it. I do have my button, but I don't have it on me at this very moment. But I will get it. But also, man, for anyone that is living in Canada, from Canada, or just loves Toronto or anywhere in Canada, the way that we are celebrating right now for the Blue Jays is outrageous. Actually, no. I do have to pause this. Uno momento. Actually, I'm not even going to pause it. I'm just going to do a quick commercial break so I can get what I need to get so we can really have a conversation. So hold on.
Imagine turning financial chaos into calm. Meet Alex. Alex is a young professional buried in bills and receipts. They're overwhelmed, unsure where to start. But then, light bulb moment. Alex discovers Finance IQ. With just a few clicks, Alex is setting up a personalized budget thanks to Finance IQ's user-friendly tools. It's like having a financial coach right at their fingertips. Fast forward a few weeks, and Alex is breezing through bill payments, watching their savings grow, and even planning for the future. No more stress, no more chaos, just simple steps leading to big results. Alex now shops with confidence, knowing every dollar's accounted for. Finance IQ didn't just help organize Alex's finances, it gave them peace of mind. Ready to take control of your finances? Visit Finance IQ today and start your journey to financial freedom. Finance IQ. Simple steps, big results.
Listen. We're there. That is for the Blue Jays and everything. Or actually, a next one. For me, finishing off a project that's been prolonging for the longest time. So that is the reason why I wasn't able to record, because my main focus was to finish that. But y'all, okay, first things first. For this whole week or two, for however long, I've been wearing this. Hear me out. If you guys know me and you see what color I'm wearing, red is my favorite color. So when I purchased this hat last year, I did not purchase it because of the team. I actually purchased it because of the color. Because if anyone remembers when I went to Missy Elliott's concert, was it Missy Elliott's or the other one, the SWV? I wanted to wear red. This is my story. I'm sticking with it because I have a witness that can also vouch that the reason why I bought this hat was because of the color. Yes, was there a Blue Jays hat that I could have purchased? Yes, absolutely. But guess what? I was more focused on the color and how it looked. So I have been wearing this, and I've been saying for the longest time that I am the good luck charm when it comes to the Blue Jays since I've been watching. No, this is not my first time watching the Blue Jays. Okay, I was there when they won in 92 and 93, so put some respect to me Eminem. Also, I want to remind you, I have watched Blue Jays games throughout since 92, 93, right? It's just life is lifing sometimes, and I don't get a chance to go to a game. The last time I've been to a game has been a while, but yo, I am hyped. Yo, like anyone that stayed up till 3 a.m. with me to watch 18 innings, yo, the anxiety that I had, right? So yeah, it's been one heck of a ride. Like I can't wait. So today's Thursday night. I cannot wait for tomorrow where yo, this weekend's gonna be live for Toronto, regardless. Because the first of all, we're winning. First of all, we're winning. Do you see what we're doing around here? We're winning. The fact that we can go 18 I was almost to say rounds, like it's boxing. But the fact that we can go 18 innings and yo, big up Blue Jays. Okay. Big up all the players. Barger is one of my favorites. Boom bam bam. So yeah, that's why I was a little bit late. But I also wanted not to forget that it is Small Business Month, right? And there's one thing about me is I deal with small businesses most of the time, right? Whether actually, yeah, small businesses, charities, and all that great stuff. But I really want to give some real tough love to some of us, okay? But I'm still hyped about the Blue Jays. Like we're gonna mash it up. The one thing I want to mention is it's going to be tough love, but it's also going to be encouragement to do better, right? And these are going to be I'm going to be speaking about things that I've experienced and things that I've seen with other businesses. So this let's rock and roll with me. Um, one thing's for sure. One thing's for sure is this is just going to be a lesson for everyone. Whether you're starting, whether you've been doing this for a very long time, or you want to like you're deciding how you're going to pivot with your business, right? I think this would be very beneficial for folks. But at the same time, this is what I want to say. Big up ACBN, um, Afro Caribbean Business Network. Um, they have been doing something every day when it regards to um the small business month. Okay, so hold on, let me. Ryan is in a group with me, and he every day he's been posting, right? Um, what is it? This is day 30, but I'm looking as far back as day 22. Balance sheet, learn to build opening day, 12-month balance sheet. Also, was this day 30 23 cash flow optimization, master cash flow. Day 24 executive summary, create a winning executive summary, sorry. Gotta drink more water. Tongue's getting twisted. What else? Day 25, or let me go down to day 30. Did he not have something today? Oh, whoa, nothing today, but it's okay. He's usually been consistent, right? So he's just probably tired with the Blue Jays because he's a fan too. So I'm gonna try to see if I can get a Blue Jays hat before they actually win the World Series and price gone up, you know? So I digress. So today, I decided to have an agenda. Ooh, Kamille, look at us being so organized. I know. Well, I guess it would make sense since I've been prolonging this for a while, right? So what I'm planning to do is to have 4 segments. 4 short segments. I know y'all know I love chat and things, right? But I want to make sure I get the point across, because there is a lot of businesses that aren't building wealth, and there's probably a couple of things that you haven't taken in consideration. So I am here with articles and personal life, able to talk about those. Okay, so just bear with me while I have and I might take off the glasses soon, because you know what happens with the glasses. I start. I actually can't see properly. It's just, for show, try to look cool, try to look hype with all y'all. But yeah, the first one I want to deal with is and once again, folks, please buy me a coffee. It's going to be the last quarter is going to be very chaotic, because there's certain things I want to finish. There's more books I have to finish, but this one was like high on the plate to finish. So I'm actually glad I finished this one, and I have a next one to finish. So it's just me trying to catch up, because if you see, I don't have an arm sling anymore, but however, I have to be mindful about that, but also now am in the right mindset to actually put in extra work. And that's what I've been doing. All right. So sorry. But yeah, buy me a coffee. The coffee that I've been having as of late has been putting me to sleep, which is weird, unless I have some strong coffee. So anyone that knows some strong coffee that I could try out, please let me know. Let me know. And also, I still have the Discord, right? I still have the Discord. Y'all are free to attend. The stock market has been doing amazing, so please join. Like, let's join the $100 dividends per month and get it rocking and all that good stuff. Okay, so the first one is, I want you listen. Not all profit equals wealth. Okay, that's the first one. Many entrepreneurs actually confuse profitability with wealth building. And just because you're generating revenue, okay, or even turning a profit, doesn't mean you're actually obtaining or building long-term financial security. Kamille, what are you supposed to be? So, fun fact, fun story. True story. When it comes to me, there are months that are high, there are months that are low. In first quarter, I was trying to build stuff and trying to keep consistent with stuff, even after being caregiver and all that good stuff. So then I was like, yo, and when tax season comes into play, I am grinding no matter what, right? Can I tell you guys this? And I actually have to big up someone. I have to big them up, because they, for a good couple years, actually a couple people have been telling me to do certain things so I'm able to reach my potential, right? And then I was able to do that. And I actually, in the month of April, I was able to make more than my first quarter, right? So there I'm like, sweet, I got this. I got this on lockdown. I know how to make this amount. I'm not going to say the amount, but best believe this was the first time I hit that mark. And I was also able to oversee quarter quarter one. So then I'm thinking in my mind, we got this. We gonna keep doing this each month. That was the one. Didn't reach that in the next months, and my third quarter was the worst. But that was because of my injury. So you can only imagine, regardless if you made profit in or made a great amount of revenue, that doesn't mean that that money is actually going to stay. Okay. So not only did I have things to pay back and bills to pay, um, probably 25% of that money stayed within like my wealth and stuff, right? But that's fine because lessons learned when that day does come again, because it will. I know how to maneuver around it, right? So what I'm trying to tell all the business owners, just do that month where you've reached 12,000, you reached 20,000, you reached amount that you've never thought you could reach. Don't get it twisted. You got to be consistent with that for it to be able to build into your long-term financial security, right? And this brings an article that I have. Is it this one? Yes. Oh, no. Let me keep everything in the same place. With this article that I have, let's see if I'm able to find. Yeah, this is part of the 10 things you probably don't know about Canadian small businesses, right? And this is something I want everyone to know. I gotta take off the glasses. The glasses is killing me now. All right. So 10 things you probably didn't know about Canadian small businesses, right? Um, Small business in Canada is anything with fewer than 500 employees. Golly. I know some folks would be like, 500? Like, I thought my 100 employees was big enough. Don't worry. I'm not knocking your business that has 100 employees. Keep growing slowly but surely. If you have 100 employees, shit, if you have 50 or 5 employees, you're still doing better than us solopreneurs and stuff, and all that good stuff. So keep up the good work, because when you have an employee, you're actually able to get to more places than others, right? So don't knock that hustle when you see 500. 90 that's 99.8% of businesses in the country. So it's okay. It's okay. Most of us have what? Small business has 1 to 9 paid employees. A medium-sized business has 100 to 499 paid employees, and a large business has 500 or more paid employees. So don't feel shame if you, like I said, if you have 100, if you have 50, if you have 5, you're good. You're good. As of December 2022, I know I wish I had something more further, but this is still relatable. Um, 1.22 million. Um, that's how many small businesses there are, right? What else? Most exporters are SMEs, so that's not bad. Most people are exporting goods. It's a good amount. 72% or 73%. And they produce at least 40.8% of the total value of Canadian exports. So big up yourself if you're part of this, because this is very important. Also, the third is as of 2022, SMEs are responsible for close to 8 million jobs in Canada. As you can see, the ones that have like less than 500 employees, you're creating jobs. And if you haven't reached an employee, still big up yourself because you have been able to create something for yourself. Whether it's going to be long term or short term, but we're hoping for long term, right? Over half of businesses, half, like 55.3%, have fewer than 4 employees. So they're known as micro enterprises. And that's okay. While 73.8% have fewer than 10 employees. Again, I'm not knocking the hustle. Whether you have a virtual assistant, a freelancer that helps you time to time, friend that helps you time to time, you're doing good. You're doing well. Yeah. Or with this big debate is you have AI helping you out. I guess actually that would be very interesting to know those facts because I'm pretty sure that's a different topic. Number 5, the professional, scientific, and technical services sector has the most. Big up the people them, and that's examples are legal services, advertising, bookkeeping, scientific. What else does it say? Consulting services are in this sector. So yeah, I like that. I love that. I love that. But don't sleep on the people that do trades and stuff. Don't sleep on them. Business owners, number 6, business owners own equally by men and women have the highest survival rates. Mm. So sometimes it's good to have a partnership, you know. 10 years after their creation, the survival rate for majority female owned businesses is lower. Wow. Oh, I read that wrong before. Has lower compared to majority male owned businesses. It is close, but uh. However, equally owned businesses have the highest survival rate. So we got to keep pushing through, folks, especially the women out there. Number 7, the high growth firms are not equally distributed across sectors. A business with at least 10 employees and an average of analyzed employees or revenue growth greater than 20% over the 3 consecutive years is considered high growth. These 3 sectors have the largest concentration of high growth firms in the goods producing sector. So construction, you can see that. Mining, I see that. Architecture. Oh, that's 3. I thought they were. Oh, nope. I thought they were going to give me more. But in the service producing sector, these industries have the greatest share of high growth firms, and that's information and cultural industries, finance and insurance, professional, scientific, and technical services. I can see that. I want to say, ideally, I have been growing each year. I'm pretty sure that is the case, right? So boom, bomb, bomb. 8. Oh, this is the one thing that very interesting. Most firms survive to see their 5th year. More than half, 58.8% of new businesses in Canada survive to see their 5th year of operation. Woo! Praise Jah for the ones that have reached that aspect. And you know what? Even if you But it varies too. Trust me, it varies because there's some folks that are part-time with their business and sometimes that some folks that are full-time with your business. If you're full-time, if you've passed that 5th year mark, kudos to you because it is rough out here sometimes, right? Number 9, goods producers have a higher survival rate compared to service producers. 10 years after opening, about half, 50.8% of good producing businesses are still in operation compared to 35.2 of services producing services. I can see that. I can see that. Um, it's just the way the cookie crumbles, right? And number 10, SMEs are the backbone of the Canadian economy. They're essential to Canada's gross deposit domestic product from 2016 to 2020 has been more than 48.2% of value added to the Canada's output. So big up yourselves. Big up yourselves. And you know what? I can see that. I can see that. So the one thing that I was mentioning is like when you've reached there's a wiggle room like 5 years. It's usually give or take of how you're going to proceed with your business. And I would be lying if I said I didn't want to stop doing the amount of times that I said, you know what, I'm chucking this up. And I think more so this year than ever. However, I'm still gonna push through. I know my strengths and weaknesses. I also know what I want to do to create more positive vibes and things, right? But before I get into the next segment, we are going to have a commercial break. So, hold on. Because the next thing that I want to talk about is the mindset trap. And I think a lot of people deal with that in time. But actually, at the same time, with this, regardless of how much money you make in one quarter or 1 month, we have to think about cash flow when it's a good time, like when it's a low peak time, when it's a high peak time, or whether it's a low peak season and a high peak season. So we have to utilize that with keeping our wealth, right? And I will talk about that later on down the road. But 1 second. Give you a commercial break.
Your money story begins with your mindset. Each day, choose words that empower you. I attract wealth with confidence and clarity. I manage my finances with wisdom. I deserve abundance in every area of life. With every affirmation, you shift closer to the future you desire. Financial affirmation cards. Shift your money mindset today.
Alrighty then, and we're back. Sorry about that. There was a little hiccup. Let's see. So number 2, and this is one that I've been trying to talk about as much as possible with everyone is our mindset, right? Mindset is so important, but there's also an entrepreneur's money mindset trap. And that's the same aspect when it comes to like the 5 years. So it's like 5 to 8 year mark where people are like, baby. So I do have an article first with this. Hold on a second. OMG. I know what I wanted to talk about. I'll talk about it in the next segment because this is really important to me. I got so excited with Blue Jays that it slipped my mind for a second, but it came to my mind just now. But even with the mindset of like the 5 years, there's also an 8 year mark as well. So I just want us to have that positivity and stuff. Like there's gonna be for in order for us to build wealth, we have to have a strong mindset, right? Like I told you, the amount of times I could say I'm done with this. Like I can't manage it. It's just a lot of when I think about like me being a Sagittarius, the battles and the battlefields of things that are happening, it can get a lot when you don't have the great support, the great mentorship, or just a time when you don't feel your true self. That's when you have imposter syndrome and all that good stuff. And remember, I do have great mentorship, great support and stuff. It's just sometimes your mind gets the best of you when that comes into play, right? So this is when you want to really think about your mindset. And here's what the article will help us with. This is based on a poll. From dreaming to doing, and aspirations are rising. So there's a lot of people that dream what they want to do in a business. And you know what? Don't get me wrong. The amount of folks have spoke to about like looking after their books and stuff, it is amazing to have a dream. It is amazing to have a dream. But there's a difference when you actually start doing what you dreamt about and also organize yourself to be able to overcome certain things, right? Um, Canadians are showing a record interest in entrepreneurship. Totally get it, especially with what happened in COVID. You were inspired to, bun this job. I'm gonna do my own business. I beg. If you're going to start your own business, I actually think there should be a course before you actually are able to sign up for a business, that you should take a business course. I think my dad told me that in the future they used to do that. I feel like a lot of people would be able to have more success if they actually took a business course, because there are so many things that has been missing out. But don't worry, that's why I'm here, because I'm gonna help you. Um, so I am house sitting, and the sounds that I'm hearing in the background is wild. So hopefully I don't have to stop. But if I hear the dog doing something crazy, wild, I'm gonna have to pause just a little bit. But yeah, so 59% of general population have thought about owning a business, right? 21% of Canadians actually started or purchased a business. And you know what? Don't get me wrong, because remember we spoke to Charles when he talked about purchasing businesses. If you don't want to start your own business, purchase a business. I almost said Gen Zs. Whoa. Baby boomers are retiring. And Gen X's, I think, are in the verge of retiring too. Look at the options that you have there to be able to start a business. But also, if you really want to be able to, you know, keep it in full throttle, full success rate, have them still in the business for a while so you can learn from them and you be able to be familiar with the business before you take over completely. That would be my stance. Let's see, 85% of small businesses. So wait, this is So yellow is general population and blue is business owners. Okay. So 85% of general population, small businesses offer interesting employment opportunities. Ooh. And it's true. But there is like pros and cons, obviously, right? Being a small business owner is a liable way to earn a living. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, I was able to reach I was able to like the fact that I was able to hit in 1 month hit more than the first quarter, I was ecstatic, right? But you also want to make sure that stuff happens each and every month or strategize, right? So, general population, Canadian entrepreneurs' aspirations are rising. 59% have thought about it in 2 years. Awesome. 21% have actually started. We talked about that. Sorry, let me fast forward. So that's stuff that we've already looked at. Adaptability and resilience matters. Owners are pivoting in a shifting economy, and that is one thing that's very important with a business. That mindset that you have, like it's either that you're able to see what's happening and pivot to something that's ideal for your business, or maybe it's time to let it go, but you have to also do the proper procedures if you're going to let go of a business, right? Remember talking about that with somebody for the for clearation. You hold on. Okay. Listen, the most daunting thing is house sitting, dog sitting, and maybe babysitting. Because if you hear one sound that don't sound right, you know you gotta pause and make sure everything's good. But because I know dogs, because I have a dog of my own, a certain sound isn't as bad as if it was another sound, right? So able to shift in this economy. So 71% of business owners who see the current environment as a catalyst for growth and innovation. I agree. So even when 2020 brought more businesses out and was able to um, overcome certain things, right? There's so many new business that came about. Okay, now he's behind me, so at least I'm more at ease. More businesses were able to form and actually have great potential. Like even the ones that are still to this day have been able to stay afloat, right? But it does take guts, of course. They say they needed more proactive. They need to be more proactive in current conditions, and 95% said that, and 90% believe a risk-taking personality is a must to start a business. Um, Absolutely agree. If you still have an employee mindset, baby, don't do it. Don't do it. If you still have an employee mindset, it's going to be very difficult for you. You cannot do the bare minimum when it comes to sorry. I'm just making sure he doesn't mess with the wires. If you have an employee mindset like doing bare minimum, entrepreneurship will not be easy for you, right? So you gotta avoid that trap, right? Well, 61% of business owners have evolved their strategy in the last 12 months. Why? Let's see why. 32%. The the economy pressure or instability. That's for sure. 21%, I'm more focused on staying in business versus growth. 14%, I'm focused, sorry, more on customer or community impact. 17, ooh, sorry, I'm reading it wrong, but I'll do this side first. 13% have shifted towards more cautious, risk aware strategies, and while 13% have become more aggressive in growth planning. And why is that? Because 32% of course, economic pressures, instability. 17% changing customer needs or behaviors. Indeed, indeed. 10% industry competition. I don't really see competition, but I see more so collaboration, of course, because we all, no matter who's in the same industry, we can all work together to make things better for clients and stuff. And 10% technological innovations, where it's AI or digital tools. Big up Delroy, even though you pissed me off. Yeah, and things like that. So let's see. Built for the challenge, often optimism wins out. Wow, struggling. It's because I need to drink some water. So here's are some challenges that some businesses have to deal with. Just rereading it made me smile. Economic uncertainty, 21%, 90%. Attracting customers, are there should be one saying keeping customers. However, I digress. Cash flow, 19%, and 12% access to capital. And that's also where it comes to finding ways to do grants, loans, funding, however you want to do it. Think of those ways. New challenges. It's hard to stay on top of market trends. Baby. And tariffs are keeping me up at night. I know, and breaks my heart because it made me big up one of my friends that had a skincare business because of tariffs and like shipping to multiple people. The tariffs are killing them. I'm kind of fortunate enough that I don't have a product that goes outside of Canada, so I don't have to really worry about that. But for the folks that do have products or products that are global, these tariffs will kick your arse, right? Owner confidence, 86%. My business good at responding to changing customer needs. 83%. My business can pivot when needed. And 76%, I'm optimistic my business will thrive in the next 12 months. And I like that confidence. You have to have that confidence when you're a small business, whether you're an entrepreneur, sorry, whether you're a business owner or a sole proprietorship, because without that confidence, baby, it's going to be hard for you, right? Um Also, it's good for folks to have a toolkit, as you can see. Like access to capital, access to expert advice or mentorship, market research and trends. You have to do your research when it comes to the business you're in. Strategic planning tools, networking and communities. Break. I can't remember the last networking event I've been to. That might be a semi lie because obviously, whenever Christopher Lawrence has something from Frequency Event Promotions, I am normally there. It's probably a little bit tricky because of injury, caregiving, and all that good stuff. especially tax season. Mm. And also digital or AI tools. Utilize these tools to help you grow in your business. And what else? Oh, we went through that. Yeah, I think when it comes to starting a business, you should really speak to someone. You should really do a business course, really and truly, right? Um, and what else? When it comes to the mindset, trying to think if I have a story that. I mean, I could talk about anything, like anything I've experienced in the last couple of years. I just know I had to push through a lot, right? Ooh, imposter syndrome, especially. Um, One thing that hinders folks is knowing when to up your price. For the longest time, I was like, no, I gotta keep at the same price. Well, I see everyone raising their prices. I'm there like, no, I can't raise the price. And then it's an imposter syndrome when you're thinking about, why don't I think I'm valuable enough to have that amount proposed and stuff, right? That's why I've been doing a lot of proposals where I have different tiers, and it basically is able to, it's like a happy meal. I shouldn't say happy meal because I hate McDonald's, or like a value meal or combo, however you want to say it. Certain combos is more appealing to others than others ones are, right? So I just make sure that I have different tiers so it's able to accommodate for myself and my client. But also, like, just not having that fear or that imposter syndrome to know your worth. I think that's one of the money mindset traps that happen a lot in within entrepreneurs, and also thinking that money will fix anything. Baby, trust me. Money helps, but not all the time. All right. Um, ah, Give me one second. Doo-doo. Thought I had something else. Oh, such is life. It's okay. So what's another thing that's on my ooh. Okay. So now that I remember it, and I can't believe I didn't remember it at first, because the rain right now is wild in Toronto, but obviously that's because of Hurricane Melissa. So I'm taking a break to say that my heart goes out to all my friends and family that are affected. My loved ones, family, friends, loved ones that are affected. I hope everyone is safe and sound for the most part. I know St. Elizabeth got hit the most in Jamaica. And I do know some resources that we can go about. I wonder if I should do it like this. You know what? I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to show one of the posts that I seen that is talking about it, because I really want um folks to help. And let me say it like this. I would love for folks to help, but we also have to remember our family and friends. Oh, and look how me get the message me want. Me was worried about my friend, yeah. Me never talk to them. Wow. Breaking news. I will be house sitting until November 4th, but I am going to see the Blue Jays. Breaking news. Golly Bob. Wow. Okay. So yeah, wow, what a perfect timing to talk about it because I'm house sitting and my friend is in Jamaica. I actually didn't talk to him since Tuesday, so I was getting a little worried. Um, but yeah, um, mm, I still want to show posts of how we can help and stuff. I will put in the show notes on how to help, but I do know that there's one coming up. I hope I can show it with hold on, y'all. It's because I just remembered about it 2 seconds ago. Ooh, let me see. Mm. Okay, so save the date. Take a look at this. Let me try to show just the photo. Yeah, Thursday 6, November 2025, 995 Arrow Road, Toronto. Let's just try and find ways to help each other, help our loved ones. It's even though there's a lot of things, a lot of social media people wilding right now. But what can you say? What can you say? Some people don't understand things, right? But just be kind and mindful. Like the same way that people are trying to accommodate because there's a hurricane, and yes, you're not getting the full experience that you normally get, but it's not like it's a normal day in the park. You know? You know? It's like someone expecting like an ice storm to happen and you expect the same type of service to happen when an ice storm can cause like power outage and stuff, right? So let's be mindful about that. And that's all I'm saying to folks. And let's be very kind and gentle. Like I said, I will put the resources in the show notes. And I'll try to post as much on my Instagram as well. All right. Um what noise what news I just got. Golly Bob. Wow. So, third segment. am I get it. I don't know how to chat quick or yeah, I don't know how to chat quick, but whatever. Um, third segment, I'll try to do this as quick as possible because I do have the articles, right? So what actually builds wealth? I'm not sure if you guys have heard about this saying, the profit first method or system. And I do have an article for that. And I think this is the same concept that I've always talked about. Pay yourself first. Dur. Um, you have to. I've always talked about having an HST account or a savings account, however you want it. So you're actually, hear me out. Hear me out. There's going to be different accounts, right? I've seen it with my own eyes. I've acknowledged it, and it does work, right? If anything, you have three different accounts. The HST, especially if you have HST or taxes. Actually, no. All business owners, taxes or HST. you can combine that, because if you put the 13%, ideally you should have enough for the entire thing. Or if you want to put 20% towards your taxes, you should be in a comfortable position, right? So you put extra 7% with the HST, right? Let's say that. You have another one where it's a business account, savings account, and then you have like your operation expenses, right? Those are the three things that you want to put in consideration, because you already know, especially if you budget or have looked at a forecast of your business, you'll actually know how much money you need each month to run your business. And if you don't know that, you should start doing, or you should get a bookkeeper that will be able to do that. However, here's another article as usual. This article will be fast, I promise. I promise. I promise. Oop. Okay, the profit first method. And give it a swirl for the business owners. Give it a swirl. Try it for 3 months. See how you like it for a quarter. So like the beginning of 2026, start this. Is it showing? Interesting. The way this is looking right now is looking wild. Okay. So nice to have. Profit first accounting is just basically putting a percentage of your profit first and then determining how many expenses that they can afford, right? Traditionally, this is how methods go: sales minus expenses equal profit. But if you want to do it like this, profit first method is sales minus profit equals expenses. Groundbreaking approach, because entrepreneurs are traditionally taught to focus on revenue growth. Remember what we talked about at the beginning, regardless of the expense. As a result, business profit margins is seen as something optimized and improved later. Unfortunately, that can lead to a business running out of cash quickly and failing at the long run, right? So how does this work? Determine your profit margin, number one. Number two, okay, I know I said three, so this is saying have five accounts. Have five separate bank accounts for your business that include checking account, profit account, business taxes, and owner's pay. You can also set up a savings account to save for potential business expenses. Because guess what? Even when you have emergencies in your life, your business is kind of your life too. So why not have something for that too, right? Allocate revenue. Number three, allocate revenue to each account, whether it's 40, 30, 20%. See, 20% to the taxes, because I know see how it works. Operating expense, 42. Oh, sorry. 10% to your profit, 40% to your owner's compensation account, 30% to your operations, 20% to your taxes. Or you have to do it how you see fit. That will work for you. Maybe the first couple months or years, depending on how you use it, you don't see yourself getting as much money, right? Until later when everything's flowing, ideally. Pay the expenses from the appropriate accounts. Actually, I think I'm gonna do this. 2026. 2026, we're gonna do this. I think this is a great idea. This will give us the opportunity not to feel so much pressure when it comes to our business. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. I am going to use this strategy. I already use it with my, like I said, I put money aside for taxes. It's the best idea since sliced bread. But yeah, and having the habit of setting money aside is definitely going to helps your business plan for the future, and it keeps your business organized. I would just say be mindful what you use those things for. Okay? Be mindful. That is that. Um but yeah, what actually builds wealth is setting money aside, your profit, your operating costs, your taxes, having those things separate, and savings. Like I've with my own two eyes, I've seen businesses where they have a savings account and they also have an investment account. Hey, hey, that's an idea. Right? Or have money set aside for your personal self, and then you put that money towards investing. If you don't want it to connect with your business, and that's just another story, because this is another story. um yeah, it's just I don't want to say it in a way what makes it seem sketchy, because not sketchy, but if you're putting it out of owner's drawers, if you have a corporation or business, you can invest. But if you want to incorporate it into your business, you can do that too. I just had to do a little bit more research on how beneficial that could be. All right. So yeah, utilize that. Utilize that. Um and how long does it take a small business to be successful? I think that goes into segment 4. Um mm, Kind of goes back to what I said before. Make sure this is aligned with what I want to talk about. Yeah. You can't save a sinking ship with more sales. Um, Goes back to like what we said before. Just because you're making profit doesn't mean you're making wealth. Um, and let's be real. We have to be mindful of scaling. Or no, sorry, we have to be mindful of our systems. There's a possibility your systems is fucking up your business. And you know what? I can personally say that's happened to me. The systems that I had weren't working, like the flow of things weren't working, and I always trying to tweak it to make things better. Um and just it's great to ask mentors, like to see what you're missing. And also getting like business coaches to see how you're able to scale and do better, right? So that's one thing. Um oh, I already did that part. Actually, this will be for another day because I have to talk about taxes soon, right? It's almost that time to prepare for your taxes. Whoop whoop. However, just 2 more, promise, and then we'll wrap things up. How long does it take for a small business to be successful? Look at this breakdown. I think this is a cool breakdown. So year 1, okay, most likely it's going to be full of financial struggles because you're trying to get a hang of things, especially if you don't know what you're doing in play. To get the start off the ground, you might make a lot of mistakes, but you also will have great rewards as well, right? So boom. 20%, 20% of businesses fail in their first year. Shit. So anyone that made it through first year, bop, 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 bop. Year two, um, is when the initial success of year one starts to pale in the face of cash concerns. So your savings are probably tapped, your credit card might be maxed out. Owners will start to have borrow more, creating stress around mounting debt. This year is when small business owners realize that their early customers aren't necessarily long term customers. Oh, that realization is the worst. And that successfully starting a business isn't the same as running a business that's successful for the long run. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Year two does have milestones, but if you reach year two, you will see that your client list is really expanding. So that's one thing. It's you might be like constantly getting new clients, but also trying to figure out how to keep those old clients as well, right? So year three is success at this point might mean breaking even or making a profit. Because I always say, like, even the CRA will wait 3 years to see if you actually have a business or you're doing a hobby, right? So you have to be mindful about this. Yeah, knowing that you have a great business idea and you're able to push next couple years, it means you actually reached your fruition. I think that's how you say it. Or it might mean knowing whether your business isn't sustainable and you're gonna have to like pivot or just close down. If closing your business is the best decision for you, that is just fine. It is okay. It's just a lesson, right? Um, I think it's about knowing what systems that you played throughout those 3 years to see how you can do better if you want to jump back into the saddle again, right? Year four plus an overnight success is usually a company that just that's just being discovered after year four. Many businesses that are called an overnight success have actually been around for about 10 years. Imagine that. Instant success is a miracle, not a rule of thumb, but small businesses shouldn't look at them as model of growth. Um, oops. It's just hmm, it's just more reasonable to expect lots of mistakes and tiny steps forward, failing forward. Interesting. At year four and beyond, a small business can look for the following markers of success: sharper brand positioning, effective marketing, more efficient management team, refined process of customer acquisition, better product development, stronger profit margins, figuring out what customers actually want. Success story: Walmart, MailChimp. Um, Actually, I need to look at Walmart's stocks again. Baby, between Walmart and Macy's, I need to start doing my research with them because they're doing something that. Ooh, sorry, I just remember what I wanted to talk about. With Well Simple, Quest Trade. I need you guys to fix up yourself and be as live as Well Simple. Well Simple is about to do $0 option trading transaction. Sheesh. That's gonna be a game changer. Not only is it in competition with Quest Trade, but it's also in competition with interactive brokers. And if you know those two platforms, you're well. Or if you didn't know, you're welcome. You're welcome. Um, so I was gonna do these statistics, but tell you the truth, I'm really hungry. Actually, I'll do a little bit. I'm hungry. I want to eat. I want to try to share this tonight or tomorrow morning. And I was going to actually record. I wasn't going to record. I wasn't going to go live Saturday, but because I don't know what's going to happen with the Blue Jays tomorrow, I have to go live with y'all just so we can be in the same feeling, right? Um, let me do this real quick. Here's some statistics. Generation X, sorry. Oh, members of Generation X own nearly half, 49% of all U.S. small businesses. Baby boomers own 30% and millennials own 21. So, like I said earlier, hey, look out for those purchasing of businesses because baby boomers and Gen X have a lot of them. Showing this one. Would it make sense to show that one? 70% of business owners hold bachelor degrees. 27% of business owners hold masters. Awesome. Women hold majority ownership, 39%. Whoa. Well, fifth men hold. Oh, shucks, yo, I saw 570. 57.7. Okay. But this is American, and you know how I feel about not giving you only American. I like having Canadian. So I'm going to disregard this. And then this is just showing the percentage of businesses that fail. Of the new businesses that started in 2018, over 1/5 have closed in their first year. By the fifth year, the rate of business failures are nearly 50%. And I can only imagine how it went when it was 2020, like COVID hit. Bummer. But yeah, I'm gonna stop. Sorry. I am starting to shut down because I'm hungry. So at the end of the day, um, we have to be mindful with the small businesses and also okay. Exciting news. Exciting news. I've been working on this. This is probably not the official cover, but I wanted to give you guys a heads up of what I've been working on. I've been working on it for time, but I'm trying to add um sorry, I did something weird. I'm trying to add images because I feel like it would be more ideal. So I am making an ebook. If I say it out loud, I'm going to have to finish it, right? So I I've been creating an ebook between me being injured and stuff. It hasn't been done, but I really want to have it done within the financial literacy month. I'm the one thing I've noticed with businesses is there's some things that you guys just don't know about your taxes, right? And I think it's really important to know that aspect. And I am obviously going to talk about other things, but this is like, yes, I could have called it small businesses, but I want to call it a side hustle because sometimes you, ladies and gentlemen, start off small, start part time, and then work your way having a business full time, right? I'm really excited. I want to show you guys everything. Hold on. Try to show you something. Oh, where's the so going to be talking about what kind of side hustles, income, what deductions make a difference, setting up your business, keeping them receipts because you know how important receipts is. And yeah, I really want to help the small businesses that need the help, right? And I've worked with a lot of small businesses and I see the hiccups that happen and I'm just trying to be part of that community or world that's able to make things better. And this is basically on things that I've learned, things my mentor or other people that I've gotten ideas from is able to help me. I don't know about the cover page just yet. Tell me what you think. If you think I can, make the cover page a little bit more nice, let me know. If you think it could be sweeter, then holler at me or tell me which Fiverr to go to so I can hype it up. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. I really want it out. I wanted it out before this month ended, but shit happens. Okay. But yeah, like I said, listen to my business owners. Your small business isn't making wealth right now, or isn't building wealth right now, but it can. You just have to set yourself in the right position. I've told you things that have happened. So let's fix our way how we do our cash flow. Let's fix our mindset. Let's fix our accounts so we can see that profit first. And let's also save the sinking ship by setting our business properly. The systems that you're probably using is shit. And I can say that because it's been shit for me as well, right? But really sit down with a mentor or a business coach or someone that has done the business as well to see what system they're using so you're able to flourish. I don't want you to be like the first year 20% have failed. That doesn't feel right to me, right? Let's make that let's hit that 5-year mark, 8-year mark and just keep flourishing. All right. And again, to all my loved ones that are affected with Hurricane Melissa, please find a way that we can help, whether it's helping your family or helping another family. They really need it. And it's not only Jamaica that's affected, but some of the Caribbean islands too. So yeah, I just want to say that. And wow, I'm gonna have to figure out this great brand spanking news I just got. But until next time, guys, go Blue Jays! Let's go Blue Jays! I'll see you Saturday when I'm hyping up with y'all, okay? Peace out, y'all. Peace and love.
I just wanna be free with my people to prosper and hold it down. Don't you sit and wait, contemplating on a revolution. The time is now. I just wanna be free. I just wanna be free. I just wanna be free. I just wanna be free.